We all know why we're here. So let me ask you a question then. Why the big secret? Truth seekers were really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we're knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, truth seekers were really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, break it down, now can you peep it? They're deceiving all the people. Let me ask you, what's the secret? Misinformation and lies, a devious disguise. They want the EMF blast until our brains is fried. Oh, point their beams in the sky. Oh, it's a movie now. This world is all CGI, their plot is truly foul. But we're here to rise up and bring the real. Time is now, truth seekers, y'all know how I feel. Truth seekers were really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we're knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, truth seekers were really the true leaders. Keep it grooving, the movement like two-seaters. Turn it up, we knocking through both speakers. It's time we get the truth from the big secret keepers. Hey, why the big secret?
All right, now let's get ready to roll. Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you to Forbidden Knowledge TV. All right, hang on. Let me take a banner down. I am your host, Roderick Martin, and we're going to be talking about something really special tonight, and I hope we all are ready for the conversation. I'm excited because it is my birthday week. Yes, you heard me. My birthday is in 3 days. For those of you, I'll be 25 times 2 plus 3. And yep, it's been a wonderful time. But anyway, first of all, I'd like to bid you good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the 24 time zones watching this show, because we're going to be talking about those UFOs and the effect that it has on people. As always, I tell you, I'm located in that jumbo state of Texas. This is where those UFOs come out to play. And if you want to know, it is a Texas thing. But in the meantime, let's get ready to have an open conversation tonight. It may be a little short show because I'm preparing for a trip at wee hours in the morning. And so I'll be getting out of here early. So in the meantime, I just wanted to make sure I'm here tonight with you. And it's an exciting times. And so let me get ready. And yes, Goddess Teresa says, happy birthday, Roderick. I want to thank you for that. I see a bunch of other ones. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Yes, 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 yes. And it's exciting. All right, let's get ready to have this conversation. I'm ready to have a conversation. I hope each and every one of you have had a great weekend, especially whatever you do, and doing what you do and how you do it is exactly what you do. And so if that turns out to be a great thing for what I will consider a great weekend for you, That'll be fine. Yes. Thank you again. Once again, everybody just wishing the happy birthday wishes. We will do that in a little bit. Now, what we're going to be talking about tonight, just kind of give you some information. We're going to be talking about the psychological impact that UFOs have on people that experience them and people who think they experience them. And we're going to go over some of these conversations tonight because there could be some of you dealing with some of these things. There will be people that could be in your family member, somebody you know. Each and every one of these partly topics that we're going to be going into will probably help people have a better conversation because right now it is happening. UFOs are showing up everywhere, a little more frequent than normal. And some people are, by all accounts, are being freaked out about it. And why not? Okay, because it is something that we will call high strangeness, something that we definitely can't explain in most cases. And it's hard for people to really deal with these things when it comes down to it. And once again, thank y'all for the happy birthday wishes. Pretty soon, I'll put up a little access if you guys want to say, here, Roderick, here's a dollar for your birthday or whatever you want. And so that I will probably have me I don't know what kind of dinner and all that, but I'll be leaving out in the morning, heading to Boca Raton, Florida. I'll be going down to the studios there with Forbidden Knowledge TV, where we're going to be starting the episodes or the show that his sister, it's her TV show, Maria Carson. And as you know, she's a world-class triathlon athlete, weightlifter, nutritionist, and she's now starting her own program. And I'm going to be one of the benefactors of her techniques, her style, her training, and you're going to watch me transform right before your eyes. But in the meantime, as I'm going through the transformation, if you want to join me, you want to be some partners of accountability, I already got one that we're dealing with now, and she's Native V. She's probably here in the chat. But if you want to be part of that, reach out to Maria. Reach out to her and definitely get on the plan, and maybe we all can do it together. All right. So anyway, let's get down to it. Let me look down here in the chat and just see a couple of you. Thank you for your happy birthday wishes to me. And the journey, yes, it's going to be the journey that we're going to get down with as well. And let's do it. Someone says, I work in Boca Raton, financial food. What? You got some financial food? All right. We'd love to hear about that from there. All right. So what we're going to be talking about in part of some of the discussions here, we're going to be talking about how people are fascinated with the idea of extraterrestrial life. We'll go into some of that conversation. We'll go into some of the history of human fascination when it comes down to extraterrestrials, and we'll go into some of what I call the science fiction that people and perceptions that they have when it gets down to extraterrestrials. And we'll touch a little bit on the psychological reasons people are drawn into the extraterrestrial life. And then, of course, I'm going to give you a little quick action about some of the different types of UFOs and sightings and encounters that you can come out or encounter with. We're going to talk about some of the psychological impact of sightings that and encounters that they have on people. As you know, I am a UFO investigator with the MUFON network. If you never heard of them, definitely look them up. MUFON stands for the Mutual UFO Network.org. And so you definitely want to check that out. And if you want to get some great information from there. Also, if you want to find some other work that I've done, we're talking about Alien Endgames, which is streaming now on the Discovery Channel, Beyond Belief with George Norrie, Open Minds. There's a show that I'm in with Regina Meredith. Of course, if you have not, check out Forbidden Knowledge Black Knight Satellite and subscribe to Forbidden Knowledge TV. You'll find I have an 8-episode show there. Gaia, Fox Tubi, and recently a quick stint on Ancient Aliens. And so definitely want you to check out some other things that I'm doing in other projects from there. All right, so let's get down to the conversation. We'll get started, and I'm going to be checking the chats with this one, and I'm going to be looking into some of the input that some of you have when we get into this conversation. So definitely, post your comments, get down into it. because again, this could affect anyone that you know once we get down to what we're talking about. So let's get down with the storyline and what we're going to be doing. Well, my main thing is I've gotten a lot of reports over time. I've probably interviewed hundreds of people when I was doing the Clubhouse app. Had a show there called Why the Big Secret as well, and we have a club there. And every now and then I will do a audio show. But that's a great place where people would come up on stage to share their experiences and what's going on, whether it's within their families or outside, or how they're feeling, or what's going on at work. How do they talk to people about it? Can they talk to people about their experiences? And it was a great time of doing that. And that club has grown over to about 30,000 people. But what I started learning very quickly, that people were very disturbed when it came down to these encounters. And I'm not talking about just crazy people. There wasn't that. We're talking everyday people, lawyers, doctors, airline pilots, people that was in a lot of high profile jobs, and people that had, really great backgrounds. But once again, this unexplained high strangeness really affected their lives, and rightfully so, because a lot of people cannot deal with what is happening. What about you? You watching? Any of you that definitely have had an encounter? Are you still dealing with the impact of it, or sleep paralysis? All these things, contacts that you've been having, put in the chat. Let me know. Are you still dealing with some of this stuff mentally? Now, as you know, we got a lot of mental experts here with Forbidden Knowledge TV. We have, Elizabeth, she talks about mental health. We got Nikki in the new podcast that she's doing. And I'm going to integrate them into some of these conversations in the future, because once again, it is a true topic. It is a true situation that people are dealing with mental health. So let me look here. Someone says, for me, okay, so I've had a few encounters. That's what Caesar says, once again. And if you want to sponsor tonight's show, or you want to be the person, and if you got some real questions, and these chats move pretty fast, but if you need your questions highlighted up here on the board, definitely do not leave out super chat, and whatever it is. It can be $1, $2, $5, whatever it is, your value. But definitely, I can definitely catch some of these questions and bring them forward, because it'll be highlighted. So that's my suggestion. When you got hundreds and hundreds of chats that is coming through, it's really difficult sometimes to read those or catch them, I should say. Well, all right. So first of all, we're going to start. Why are people fascinated with the idea of extraterrestrial life? And I think for me, my personal perspective of this is there's always been a fascination. We're talking about movies and all that, and we'll get into that a little later. But people have always been curious when it comes down to extraterrestrials. So we do have a faction of people that probably have a lot of fear when it comes down talking about this topic. But on the other hand, you have a lot of curiosity. Now, where does this come from? Easily, it comes from the unknown. It comes from the fact that you look up in the skies every day and you see stars and you wonder what's out there. And then just in case, you might see some type of object flying across. Now it really got your curiosity. And then at this time, it begins to dwell into the brain, where it can affect a lot of people's everyday life when it comes down to these experiences. Now, never mind the fact that there are people out there who have been abducted. There are people out there that have had some strange, high strangeness that's really affected their lives to a point to where you may ask, what's really happening when it comes down to this. But once again, people are truly fascinated when it comes down to extraterrestrials. And that would be people like yourself out there. What are your fascinations when it comes down to this? We're not talking about those of us who are really in tune with some of the ancient stuff, and we'll get into that later. But the point I'm trying to make is, where did your fascination begin when it came down to this phenomenon? I would love to see some responses in the chat and see where some of you began your fascination to this particular phenomenon. Now, we will also look into the impact that science fiction have on people's perception when it comes down to extraterrestrial life. We've seen the movies. We've seen a lot of the shows and stories and Star Wars, the movie, and all of this stuff that really, got things where they need to be. And it's one of those things to say, okay, what are we looking at here? What are we, could this be true when you're watching? Everybody remember the movie Star Wars, right? And you remember there was a scene, I don't know which one it was, but they had different movies. But there was one scene, you walked into this bar. Everybody was in there just having drinks and everything else, but it wasn't humans. It was like all type of species from all across the world, or the galaxy. And so that was definitely one of the things that guided people's perception that, okay, maybe that's something we can do. Now we get back into Independence Day, where all of a sudden they come in and they're about to open up a can of, total, what would I call it? Yeah, that. And it was about to open all of that up on us. And that, I think, at some point created fear for some people. It created a type of fear that people were saying, all right, it's a possibility of some type of alien invasion. It can take over the planet. Why would they do it? And if they did do it, could we defend ourselves? And then, of course, every time, it's the movie, y'all. It's it. We're going to win that war when it comes down to, someone says Roderick kind of has an Ewok face. Oh, okay. Now, that's Ewok. Oh, yeah, I remember that from Star Wars. Okay, I'll give you that one because I was just about to, turn into a lion and defend myself and then I was like, yeah, no need. Ewok was a good little cuddly looking thing. I remember. But anyway, I wasn't going to go bad. But thank you anyway for the compliment of Ewok. All right, so either way, we're talking, the reasons why people are drawn to this idea. Once again, it is curiosity, but does curiosity get the cat, right? Does curiosity get people into a place where they can't return, a place that they all of a sudden now they're dreaming every night, the fear, all of these things because they went a little too far chasing the cat of curiosity when it comes down to extraterrestrial phenomena. We got it. It's out there. People are really, truly having mental issues down about these particular encounters. Any of you, I'll ask you right now, spirit of honesty, or however you want to use it. Do any of you right now have any type of mental, issues? I wouldn't say word issues, just complications with the fact that we're talking about UFOs, extraterrestrials, or the existence of life after death. All of this stuff that is included with this phenomenon. I would love to offer you guys some people you may can talk to. We can try to get you some help if that's what you need. But first of all, we're just going to start the conversation with you and talk about it so that we can kind of see what's going on from there. Let me check out the chat, see what we got. Someone, okay. All right. So Ron says, I wish I could experience an ET. And that's not uncommon, Ron. There's a lot of people out there has this inclusion, exclusion type of feelings when it comes down to extraterrestrials. And most importantly, because some people say, okay, what is wrong with me? Why have I not seen one? And then there's the people who've seen them too much saying, hell, what's wrong with me? Why the hell am I seeing them all the damn time? So, be careful what you ask for. But the whole point I'm saying is there's a lot of people out there that definitely want the experience. And then there's people who have an experience and continue to have an experience, continue to have an experience, and continue as though I get the phone calls that, Roderick, I'm being followed. By what? Yeah, and they'll go, maybe the ETs are following me. Well, I'm traveling at that moment when I get some of those phone calls. I'm on a cell tower, okay? And as you know how cell towers work, it switches you from tower to tower as you begin to roll down the road. And if there's a possibility that that tower only has a capacity of 500 callers and you 501 coming into that cell, that's where you will get the drop call. Okay, that's how it works. Well, you could be talking to someone who initially saying that they're seeing UFOs over and over, they're being followed, and that phone drops. They're going to tell you in 100% cases that now someone is listening on the phone call, or and some of you may feel that way now that you are having those issues. And I'm gonna put up something here on it, and let's do this right here. Boom. Mike says, some people like me literally have experienced everything paranormal. It sounds unbelievable to others. That's the worst part. Best part is when you aren't the only witness, though. Okay, I get it. So you're gonna that I think. Let me give it to you on a more grander scale. Okay, Mike, this is what I feel about what is happening now with disclosure. Something that you just said, there were more witnesses and you feel comfortable that it wasn't just you who saw this. And this is why I tell people right now that with the disclosure and with what is happening today, it's more vindication for people. It's really vindication that people are now feeling that now they are believed, okay, when it comes down to this. Because again, as you know, just 2 years ago, you can tell somebody you saw something or seen something, experienced something, and most people will still say quack, quack, right? Oh, I don't believe you or whatever. Now it's in the news. It's more in the news. And those people are afraid, and especially when we had this recent scare of the balloons and then these other objects that I had people who normally wouldn't even come close to talking about UFOs blowing up my freaking phone. Roderick, what is going on? Are we under attack? Are they after us? And a couple of them, I played with them a little bit because they deserved it. I said, man, you better be careful. You need to run, save yourself. And I felt bad for a second, but then I didn't, because these are the people who ridiculed everybody, talked about everybody. Oh, y'all crazy for doing this. And now all of a sudden they got fear that because of what's happening. And I'm like, run, save yourself to doing that. Chico says there should be a call-in number. Actually, we used to do that. We actually had a call-in number. I still have it. It runs like a payphone when it does that. And so therefore, the cost is over here. And then we have people that were sneaking in, their own promos and all that. So we just count them. But we will want to get back to this. If that's the feature that you guys like and want to have, it does get a little complicated to do it, but we can put up the call-in number, and then ultimately we can do that. And we can actually do a hybrid type system tonight if we needed to do some type of call-in. But if it's warranted and it's something y'all want, my wish is your wish is my command, because we're here to serve you. We'll look into that. All right, so let's get back now into the conversation. So we're going to talk about another part of the history of human fascination when it comes to extraterrestrial life. Now, we can take all this way back to ancient civilizations, right? We can take it all the way back to the Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians, when it comes down to this, and the belief about the gods and the many gods that they had in that ancient history. And so we know the belief system was there. But when you now come into common Christianity, which is where I am in life, you then turn around and have a whole different outlet or outlook when it comes down to this whole phenomenal period. And so I think beliefs is one of the things that should be driving people. But do people really want to look for the facts? There are people out there that, they get what they get. They get the information that they have. They don't want to go any further to really check out any truths. And so therefore they have this fine line of saying, hey, you know what? I don't believe it. It can't be. We are all born from Adam and Eve, and we descendants of that. And as you know, that is probably not going to happen. Let me get a sip of water here. All right. So once again, Damien said, hey, Rod, happy birthday. Yes, my birthday will be Friday, March 10th. Is there any other Pisces in the house tonight? If it is, let's give you a shout out as well, if you are pretty much from there. So anyway, and we can always go back to the 17th and 18th centuries. And this is when we're talking about philosophers such as Giordano Bruno. We're talking about Isaac Newton. Y'all know of him. All of these proposed the idea that the universe was infinite. There's no ending to it. So there has to be life somewhere, and therefore that was where all the stories began of the life forms and everything else. And I believe that as well. Crypto says my birthday is March 12th. Dante said March 2nd. Stephanie says March 16th. All right. Okay. So see, now we have some other Pisces. Someone else, Pisces, March 15th. That's Nelson. February the 23rd is Edith. Someone's older son is 3-1 and 3-10 for Felix's birthday in advance. Okay. All right. So welcome. So happy birthday to all of you this month in the month of March, or the Pisces era. We would call that from February the 20th to March 20th. That's where we're going to be from there. So anyway, once again, curiosity got the cat. Yes, it does. So we can also see now in the 20th century, there's an explosion now when it comes down to the interest of extraterrestrial life, with the discovery of all these other planets and all the facts. So people are now asking the question, is there something else out there? People are curious to wonder what is happening when it comes down to what the big secret keepers are doing, who's visiting the planet, or is somebody watching us all the time? And there is a intriguing stories when it comes down to what is truly happening on this particular planet. And man, we're going to take you guys on a ride in the next weeks to come on some information, some stories that I will tell you to make sure you do some meditation before you come on the show when we start down this path. It's going to be a 7-part series, and we're going to blow your mind. And literally, we're going to do it. It's going to be awesome. But anyway, we're talking about it now. I'm going to move into the impact of science fiction that has on television. And let's talk about that right now. So what are some of the shows that you have seen that really, really sparked your interest when it came down to extraterrestrial beings, when it came down to this phenomenon? What was the show that for example, for me, we got Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Some of you will be way too young to remember E.T. Phone Home. All right, so Mike says X-Files. X-Files did a great job of giving the high strangeness to any and all things. I mean, it was one of my favorite shows when it came down to it. Someone else says, let's see, Paul says birthday was December 3rd too. Okay, all right, sorry to hear about your loss. The V Show. Yeah, V Show was great. In fact, I think that was probably one of the realistic approach that would happen if they came and we come in peace and we want to help society. But in the meantime, having some back plan and all of that was the bomb. Star Trek, yeah, Coneheads, that was probably more of a comedic show. The early Godzilla movies. Now, I never did think about early Godzilla movies will relate into what this phenomenon. So I would love to hear your side of that. Because I was into all the Godzilla movies, and none of them at that time gave me indication. Well, when they had the Iron Godzilla guy, whatever his name, Mecha Godzilla, whatever. But V was a true story. I don't remember that. I don't know if it was a true story. I have the DVD sitting right here behind me. I don't know if y'all see it. If you look in a corner right there, you can see the little red V. Y'all see it? Right here. Yeah, so that's the whole DVD set. It's right there in the corner. So I have it. I watch it, and I haven't watched it in a while. Transformers is more, I think, will be more of an AI type situation when it comes down to that from there. But Twilight Zone, I didn't think Twilight Zone did a lot of extraterrestrial things, right? Maybe I don't remember, but I do remember I was a young kid and when it used to come on, so I used to have to go to bed about that time. I'd be like, Twilight Zone from there. So, but yeah, so as you can see, everybody has some type of story, show, or something that is taking you into where we are today. Yeah, the day the Earth stood still was probably a pretty good one when it comes down to that as well. All right, so we're going to get into a couple of more conversations. Before that, I want to share with you what is happening so that you can take part in the future. And I call one of the greatest events of all time that is coming down the pipeline. And as you know, it's the Forbidden Knowledge Conscious Awards. I hope all of you are going to attend the awards. If you are able to go, definitely come. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind event, but the first of many. You definitely want to check that out. Let me first show you a little bit more information so that you can prepare yourself for greatness.
Hey everybody, it's Billy Carson, also known as Forbidden Knowledge. I want to talk to you about a very special event coming up July 30th, 2023, the Forbidden Conscious Awards, the first annual event of its type. We're going to honor people who have been contributing to the conscious community for decades. People that you know and love that have helped you get to higher levels of thought and consciousness and awareness. And guess what? It's time to give them their flowers while they're still alive. It's going to be a live in-person event, but seats are going to sell out very fast. You want to make sure you're there in person for this amazing level event. It's going to be above the Oscars, above the Grammys. And guess what? You can help vote for the winners. Voting is available on forbiddenknowledge.com. And the categories are going to be social media influencer, podcast/radio host, TV host, actor, director, producer, entrepreneurs, health and wellness, philanthropists, authors, field researchers, archaeologists, space anomaly hunters, and of course, a Lifetime Achievement Award. And you want to be there in person because I'm going to be speaking. That's right, I'll be your keynote speaker that night at the Forbidden Conscious Awards. If you want to come to a mini conference, this is the place to be because I'm going to give you the knowledge that night as well as performances. We have celebrity guests performing. We'll have a halftime show where we're actually going to perform music for you. And don't forget about the pre-event mixer, where if you buy a box seat, you'll be in the VIP section, and you also have private access to a VIP mixer with celebrity guests. Shake hands, break bread, network, and then walk the red carpet with us and take amazing photos. It's going to be a night to remember. You don't want to forget this. And you help vote by going to forbiddenknowledge.com. Go to the Conscious Awards link. You can text in a vote for who you want for any category, as well as if you're out of the country, you can use the web form ballot to still vote for anyone you think is worthy of being honored that night. Make sure you hurry up and get your tickets because they're selling out very fast. I want to see you there. Forbidden Conscious Awards 2023.
All right, so who is coming to the awards? Who is coming? Who wants to come? Who is coming to the awards? But first of all, if you come to some of these shows I do on Tuesday night and you find value in what I do, here we go. Check it out right now. Vote for Roderick. Yes, you can just simply go voteforroderick.com. It's going to take you to the same form. Enter me into the podcast radio host area. Just put my first name, last name, and then all of a sudden you can vote for Roderick, and we can do that. I really appreciate it. Definitely just being nominated. I've already been nominated, but for those of you who have already voted, if you have not voted, definitely do it. Vote for Roderick.com. That's for the Forbidden Knowledge Conscious Award. I will meet you there. We're going to be there. We're going to have our own little section for the Why the Big Secret community. We're going to try to work that out once we figure out enough people that are coming so we all can now greet and meet each other and all that. And you're welcome to be there as well. So who's going? Somebody says, Xavier says I'm voting. And Xavier, I would hope you would already voted. So, but either way, late votes, early votes, there's still early votes, but early votes actually work. So once again, I would love to really have you in your support and be of service to you as one of the people. And you can, there it is down on the bottom of the screen. It's going to be there for a little while. So all you have to do is vote for Roderick.com. And it's also in the video description. So if you're watching this later, you want to, and you're watching it now, but it is later and we're not live anymore, there is a link below in the description, and we can do that from there. All right, so let's talk about a little bit, because we're not going to be here too long. I'm going to make this a short show because I have to get packed. My plane leaves out very early in the morning, and so therefore I have to be prepared and get some things done tonight from there. Roderick, my last name is Martin. You talking about Roderick, my last name. I was reading what you said. But his last name, Martin. Let me put it back on the screen for you. Right there, look into the box, Roderick Martin. It'll look just like that. And you can put, yeah, there you go. And thank you, Lonnie. Lonnie is my show producer. And so if y'all know, La Soul Vibes is the show producer and business strategist for Why the Big Secret. So if you see her in the chat, you can definitely do that as well. As you all know, we're going to be introducing later on down the road Project Black. And so just be ready when you hear about all of this information. The Black League of Alien Contact Knowledge is not exclusive, it's inclusive for all of us. We're just going to be really, truly digging up some information in a area of African American community as well as indigenous community where it is disproportionately reported, representation, all of that when it comes down to aliens and extraterrestrials. And hopefully that you who's watching not only become part of what we're doing so that we can start the conversations. You'll get more little detail about that later. You just saw the official seal and branding that we're going to do. And there is a story behind the emblem of the logo itself and this particular image here. And we will talk about that later on down the road in weeks to come. So make sure you guys are getting ready. We're going to be doing that. And somebody told me just to be safe, what's your middle name? Now we got jokes. We got jokes. He said, what's your middle name? All right, so let's get into real quickly the different types of UFO encounters, especially if you think you've had one, you know somebody who had one, or you want to interpret someone who has one. I'm going to give you a little information when it gets down to this. Tim says, I need a hoodie with that logo on it. Yep, we do have some stuff from there. I love the logo. Thank you. I'm the Lion King is Jesse. All right, just ask for the first and last name. Yeah, it just only asks for the first and last name, something excellent. Roderick Martin, you just place that into the two boxes, and we can do that. All right, so anyway, let's get into what we call close encounters of the first kind. Now, we have different categories that people or UFO phenomena is placed in. And I'm just going to give you a few of these so that you know if you were talking to someone or if you want to have a conversation, or you might even potentially someday want to get into the investigation game. Then you can get trained to do so. But one of the first types of UFO encounters when we get the phone calls, or I get the phone calls, will be of the first kind. And what that simply is someone seeing a UFO within 150 meters when it's out there. And okay, so we do have regular sightings, but we're talking a true close-up. If somebody was to have seen a UFO, we're going to classify that as a close encounter of the first kind. Now, we do all of this so that we are looking into the psychological effect, because boy, when we start moving into these categories, everything changes. Everything changes. The story changes. Everything particularly changes all the time. So the next, we're going to have close encounters of the second kind. Okay. Now, this is where witnesses have physical evidence of a UFO, such as burnt grass, broken branches. Not long ago, it's probably going on 3 to 4 years now, in McKinney, right just north of Dallas, there was a landing. And so that was considered a close encounter of the second kind, because there was imprint into the ground where the craft actually, came down, and the weight of it imprinted into the soil. So that is a close encounter of the second kind. And so if you were to see that, or if you say, Roderick, there was a close encounter of the first kind, second kind, then we can definitely do that as well. Xavier said he just voted. Thank you. I want to appreciate you voting for Roderick. All right, so let's do this right here. Close encounter of a third kind. Now, this is seeing a actual alien being or creature. So if you were to have seen an extraterrestrial right now and you wanted to report it, you're going to classify that report, or they will, as a close encounter of a third kind if you had physical contact with an extraterrestrial being. not the fact that you've seen it in the sky. And it used to be just 4. Now we have 5, which is, I think, is invented or really amplified by Stephen Greer, where we're now having CE5 experiences where people are really summoning UFOs. You can meditate enough and they show up, supposedly, when they do that. All right, so we have a close encounter of the 4th kind. Now, this is being abducted by aliens and experiencing direct contact with them, okay? So, again, you're going to see in close encounter 4, a 3rd, and then 4th is they actually touch you. And so that's something from there. Yeah, you can report your UFOs to MUFON, and then there's the Peter Davenport, which is the UFO reporting agency. And then, of course, we take them in internally at Why the Big Secret, which you can use the email address for now. But we eventually want our own system where people can upload photos and contact information regarding any type of experiences that they're having out there. So that email is contact@whythebigsecret.com. And I get pictures and stuff every day or every few days from people who send in their information and wanted me to examine it. So we definitely do that as well. Another part would be we'll get into some of the emotions that people are dealing with when it comes down to the mental health of UFOs, the encounters itself. Oftentimes people just cannot deal with it. If you think that you've been contacted in the middle of the night or something standing over your bed or the shadows or you've been taken onto some spacecraft and all of a sudden that you come back here in this particular time and it just bothers with you. And this happens all the time. So I want you to know there are people out there that are being abducted. Yes, they're doing it. There are people out there that are actually seeing UFOs. It is happening. There's people out there. So it's one of those things that is real. The trauma is real. And if you're dealing with anyone you know that's having this particular trauma, then I would exactly tell you to really give them some space and a little more believability when they're telling their story, that they will be able to do that. Okay, so someone else says, let me look at some of the, here we go. Very happy birthday to Roderick Martin. He said Mason. Sorry, I mean Martin. That's fine. From your brothers down at the Texas 8 Lodge. My brothers from the Texas 8 Lodge, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that is Texas in the house, as you heard, which is this jumbo state. And this is where those UFOs come out to play. And it's a Texas thing, y'all. All right, so appreciate it from the lodge. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so once again, we can get into, a lot of things that it comes down to the mental side of this, because there are people right now probably in some psych ward, been there probably for years, because they have told someone or saying, I've been abducted or I've seen in some type of alien craft. I'm sure there are some people locked up right now. And of course, you would think they would go and say, hey, let them out now. But there are some people locked up right now because of the fact they had some type of extraterrestrial alien UFO encounter and their family signed off on it and they're there, right? And I would think it's time for people to go out and get them back. It's time to go get them out, because now that it's on TV, you're already hearing the government. Is it time for that? And pretty much. And so have any of you that have seen a UFO, first of all, who's seen a UFO or an alien, extraterrestrial, or had some type of encounter? Put it in the chat. If you have had an encounter or you've seen a UFO, you've done it. Let's see what you got. All right, so we have RJ says, I've seen them in person. I've seen tons of craft. I've documented all of my experiences. After seeing 2 in my room, I have lights flickering. I've spoken to the lights and responded. Okay, so, all right, RJ, so have you talked to anyone else about it? Have you reported these? And okay, now look at this. We got people say, I've seen UFOs. Someone else says, a first and a third. I wish I have, Nicole. Nicole, we're gonna make sure if an alien shows up and he comes by, I'm gonna ask him for a big favor. I'm gonna say, look, I need a big favor. I need you to go drop down over to Nicole's house, hover over there for at least 20 minutes. Give her time to make sure it's you. It's an alien craft. You're gonna get your experience. We're gonna make sure it happened. We're gonna lobby for it. But someone else says that they've been contacted. Alien encounters ruin. All right. Okay. I see some stuff. Like I say, it's real hard. I'm trying to read enough of them so I can put whoever encounter out or whatever you want. But again, if you would like to, put a super chat, then I can see it. But anyway, it's up to you. If you want to be seen and heard, amplify that bad boy. Let's do that. That's just me just talking. But either way, I did talk about, like I said, we went into the different encounters. So if you close encounter the first, second, third, fourth, and now we have CE5, which you hear about all the time. Okay. And so that's definitely, someone says, I've seen Anubis in my room twice. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, seeing Anubis, but either way, that's what I was going to name my dog. I'm going to get a dog, a giant schnauzer, and his name is going to be Anubis. So that is definitely on the horizon to do that from there. All right, so another thing here. So let's look at some reasons why UFO sightings and encounters have been so impactful with people. Because UFO sightings and encounters, challenge everybody's perceptions of their reality. It can be difficult for people to really deal with the understanding of what's happening with this. And I really can't tell myself, because all the time I'll say to myself, when I get phone calls and hear how people are really, really dealing with the sightings themselves and how it made them feel, or just the comprehension of it, or the backlash of thought. And it gets me going because, now I watched enough videos, I've seen enough pictures, I've done enough investigations where I don't have any fear. But I'm sure we all would probably have to face that if you come 10 feet in between you and some reptilian or some extraterrestrial or whatever it may be, then you have to really make a big decision for yourself to see how all of that is going to work out. Someone else says, all right, then, let me see. I've not seen, okay, I have full proof. Okay, I'm just going through the chats a little bit and just kind of see, but you guys are moving pretty quick for me tonight, and pretty much. And like I said, we're not going to stay here too long because I got to go pack. I've already packed mostly, but I got to prepare and probably get some little sleep early because I have to leave out, I think about 4 or 5 a.m. to go to the airport to head to Boca Raton, Florida. All right. So with that being said, let me get into a little part here and try to go from here. Let me see what else we got. Yeah, we do have a lot of information. Matt said, yes, I am coming down there. And I tried to call you the other day, Matt, but yes. Are you in Boca Raton though? So I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow afternoon. So I got your number, so I'll call you again tomorrow when I get there. If you're in Boca Raton. Anybody else in Florida? Y'all out there? Someone says, "Well, I'm in the next town over." Well, I'll be there until Saturday, and so if any of you out in that area, you're welcome to stop by the hotel. We'll sit out and meet and greet. I don't know my total schedule, but I'm sure in the evenings I'll probably be available. But if you there, we definitely could say hello. What's going on? I'll be in Boca Raton at the Marriott, I think is where I'm going to be staying. It's a big old place. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Let's, somebody said I saw orbs while I was filming. Okay. That's cool. All right. So I'm going to give a shout out right now. Up at the top, dun, 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 is the direct birthday gift time. So if you want to say, Roderick, here's happy birthday to you, and I will give you a shout out because it will come through Cash App. It will come through here, and it's only if you want to. If you want to say hello, because us, we usually give out gifts. We don't get a lot of gifts when you get a little older and you have children. Well, my children are grown now, so they're full grown adults, and so they get the phone call and say. But either way, if you would like, there you go at the top. And let's finish before we get out of here. Just give you an opportunity there. Let's see what we have here. It's at the bottom too. Okay. All right. And at the top. All right. So we'll just leave it at the bottom and take it off the top. All right. So yes. So it is down at the bottom. That's the show producer there. Get those notes. And it's down at the bottom. So if you want to, right there where it says Why the Big Secret and then the PayPal or whatever. But anyway, just maybe somebody will say, here is your birthday gift. All right, so we have a post here. Let me highlight it right now on the screen. This is from RJ, and she said, I posted the light flickering on my YouTube. Go look. I don't have a YouTube channel per se. I did post this, though, and I'm sitting on a sofa in a loft condo, and I turned, whoa, okay, then. All right. So what's the YouTube? Where we're going to see it? All right. All right. And so once again, thank you. Quest says, rest up and enjoy your day. Happy birthday. Thank you for the super chat for my birthday. And so we have RJ and then there's Quest. Y'all give them a shout out for thinking to supporting that way. So because I appreciate it. Yep. All right. So, all right. Let me give a shout out to Darren. Thank you. Darren cashed out for my birthday and says for your personal new year. Thank you. Yeah, because it's going to be, I want to be held accountable by everybody, especially when we go down this weight loss route. Okay. Because I'm prepared for it mentally, but from my understanding, I'm going to have to change my whole lifestyle, and meaning that a steak could possibly now walk by here with the freedom that it can just pass by my office and not get eaten. So at this point, maybe that's what's going on. I don't know, because I'm going to sit down with Marie and she'll tell me some of the goodies, but she's supposed to have a plan that says, hey, we're going to know what you like to eat, and we're going to tailor this new lifestyle change for that. So we're going to be doing that as well. And once again, let's think of the cash app that I received from Darren. Okay, so y'all let Darren, give him a shout out in the chat. Thank you for the birthday gift, Darren. Appreciate it. I know I got more friends. I know I got more people that says happy birthday, Rod. I know, that I just do. I just feel that I do. I just really think I do. It's okay. It's all good. All right, so let's talk about some stuff before we get out of here. We're going to be out of here at the top of the hour, so just let you know. Look at your clocks. Short show, a lot of detail, but we're going to be out pretty quickly tonight. We're going to bow out gracefully is the word, and that's what we're going to be doing. So anyway, up at the top, at the bottom, your choice. So let's talk a little bit about something that I get all the time. I get a lot of people that talks about how they are communicated with by extraterrestrials through telepathy, as though they're hearing voices. Any of you go through that? Any of you experience hearing voices that you think that it is from an extraterrestrial being or anything in particular? And that's something that we could talk about. And I think it's a wonderful thing. All right. So we can hear. All right. So got a cash out from Macy. Thank you for the birthday gift, Macy. Appreciate you. Happy birthday. Thank you. And cash out is an immediate effect, because what I'm going to do, all the people that, or the 2 people that have cash out, I'm going to use that gift tomorrow. So let's go down to the bottom. All right, Tony. Thank you for the $20, Tony. Y'all give Tony a shout out for the super chat, supporting the show. Birthday, yep, 53. Gonna do it. And then, but like I said, once again, I'm gonna transform. I promise you, I'm gonna do this right here, right before your eyes, and we're gonna be doing that together. I gotta go, but thank you for doing what you do, is what Ron says, and reading the comments makes me feel like a rock star. Well, you are a rock star. You right there now. There you go. You're front and center, my man. And thank you for dropping in with us tonight, and appreciate your time, because you could spend your time anywhere else, but you chose to be right here, right now. All right. So shout out to, Tony from Xavier File. I hear Andromeda contacting my voice. Where is that? Let me go back and check that out. Andromedas, huh? All right. So RJ right here says is where you'll find that. Okay, so y'all see that right now. Look that up, YouTube, right? And you'll see RJ's video and everything. So make sure y'all check that out. It's up there right now. And so that's how you're going to find it on YouTube. Thank you for sharing that with us, and also super chatting as well. And so definitely I will have everyone, y'all go check that out. Definitely check it out for sure. All right. So we have, let's see. I hear my name being called when I'm alone, like someone in the room, but no one's there. All right. So Keel, here's the deal. I get this a lot. Now, we do know, we all hear the name schizophrenia and all that kind of stuff where people have it, but oftentimes there's a lot of clarity when it comes down to these extraterrestrials communicating with people by telepathy. So I would start really, really writing down some of the things. I know this calling your name. I can't tell you to respond back, but either which way you can do that. All right. So Oshara, thank you. And give a shout out for Oshara from Cash App. And yes, I do believe in the 1111. Thank you very much. So Lonnie, we have, let's see here. Oshara. Yeah. So thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate you. I really do. And for any of you who started to support the show tonight, or my birthday as well. And so, all right, y'all be 53. So if you didn't figure out the 25 times 2 plus 3, yes, there is what it is from there. All right. So RJ says, sorry, I got that number wrong. Well, if you get it wrong the next time, you don't have to super chat. Just put it there, and I'm gonna recognize that, and I will put it up. But again, appreciate the $2 to get it right. It's not a problem doing that. But thank you very much. So y'all see the number right there on the screen. So that's with RJ 3952. So make sure y'all go and check that out, and pretty much from there. There is Oshara. Is it Misha Art? Okay, 1111 did the Cash App. Thank you very much. And so there you are right there on the screen. And I appreciate the Cash App for my birthday and everything else. So thank you very much. And for those of you, I know I probably caught it at a bad time, or maybe you just say, Roderick, I'm not sending you a no sugar honey iced tea. I appreciate it as well. Yeah, 53 birthday, Houston, Texas. Happy birthday. Yep. March the 10th. That's going to be the day. I'll be down at Billy's and Liz's house, so we will see me there. So we'll definitely be doing that. But yeah, March 10th is the day or what we're doing. Now, got a few up and coming projects that we're going to be working on. Once again, just kind of let you know, I kind of deviated a little bit from the show. We're going to get out of here in a few minutes so I can get packing and everything else, but we'll definitely be doing that. All right. So let me see here. Just got all right, some DreamX. Okay, definitely. Would love to become. Thank you for the birthday through PayPal. Thank you. I'm smiling. And so if you definitely want to be, this is DreamX or DrewMix. Is it DrewMix Animation? Yeah. Hit me up for sure on contact@whybigSecret.com. And that's the email address. And send me your contact number, and I will definitely reach out. And I do that. I do call people. I'm always shocked when people do make contact, and we're trying to make contact, and they'll send an email with no number, and it's like we got to go back through this tag stuff. But I'm more of a communicator. But if you do want to contact, just send out your information with the telephone number. But anyway, thank you. So let's give a shout out to DrewMix Animation. If that's is that YouTube ID. If not, let us know which one it is in here. Put it in the chat, and then we'll give you a shout out as well. And definitely do that. And as you can see, the show producer has put the email address right there in the chat, contact@whythebigsecret.com. Definitely reach out, especially if you're trying to or want to partner and work with the team on some of the stuff that we're going to be doing. And I'll bring this up one more time so that you'll kind of see. And we do have little mugs and already made for Project Black. You know, there's the throws. We have some of the canisters, all this kind of stuff that you'll find if you go to Why the Big Secret YouTube channel. And if you haven't done that, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel and pretty much. And you can, when you do that, you can see our store and get some of our gear, you know, our hats and everything else as well. All right, so just says, I'm from Houston. Happy birthday. That's fine. Make sure we're going to, in Houston, it's already in the works. There's going to be a UFO watch party that we're going to do here in Dallas in real soon. We're going to pick a location where we're going to have vendors, and we are just going to tailgate at a very dark spot. And we're going to talk about UFOs. Hopefully, we're going to see if we see something. But the main thing is mix and mingle with a lot of different people that we are in the same space. But we are doing my man Aubrey. He's going to be the promoter of the event. And so we're going to put that together. And definitely, if you're in Houston, whenever, make sure you come up. We're going to do that watch party. It's going to be pretty cool when we do. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the show, if you haven't watched the last one that we did with Dr. Be Serious about parasites, man, that was a great freaking show. Learned a lot from it. Got some good stuff coming up for you, like I said, and just pretty much. Somebody says, I'm in Dallas, and that will be fun. Yeah, all right. So if anybody's in Dallas, use the email address, contact@whybigsecret.com and get your telephone number so we can text everything out. We're going to be doing that real soon, keeping people doing little meetups and everything else. And so we're going to have a lot of fun with that as well. So right now we're just chatting, about to end it in a few seconds here. One more time up there at the top. If you want to say happy birthday in any kind way of saying, here's some love to your brother, you can do that. I know it doesn't get old. Getting a birthday gift doesn't get old, but I will tell you, you know, being a single man and you out here, nobody, you're getting the phone calls when it's somebody else's birthday, but you definitely is not something that people are saying, oh yeah. And believe it or not, I've never had a surprise birthday party or a party. Now I'm about to get what he says. All right. Oh, my man. All right. Someone just texted me that they got the Why the Big Secret shirts. Now they're getting ready to get the hat, and he's part of our street team. We're putting together a street team. If you want to be part of that, where we're going to have you out there on the streets talking to people about aliens, extraterrestrials, and then you're going to shoot the little videos while you're there, send them in. We'll play them here on our shows. Every week, we're all together collectively, have certain questions that we're going to be fanning out to do. We're already getting people part of our Why the Big Secret street team. If that's something you want to do and are willing to participate in, have a little fun, hit the show producer at contact@whythebigsecret.com or Souls Production. Well, just hit that and I'll forward it over to her email, and we can definitely make sure that goes on as well. So somebody said, I never had a birthday party either, not in 35 years. Yeah, I'm either. So I'm not saying, you know, you can throw your own party. We know that, right, Paul? We both can throw our own party, but, you know, just that one you walk in and you fake it because you already heard about it and surprise. And you be like, you know, just faking it. But yeah, never had an opportunity to fake it. So, all right. So we have Cal L. Keenan sent a contribution for my birthday. Appreciate it. Y'all give a shout out to Cal if it's the same name here in the your YouTube subscriber name or your name. If it's Cal L. Keenan. So anyway, y'all give Cal a shout out for doing that as well. Anytime Billy's about to, I don't know. I tried to give him a hint a few times. I was like, my birthday is coming up. This was last month, so I haven't mentioned it since then. So he probably forgot anyway. But we'll see. We'll talk about it. It is Cal, K-A-L, and then L Keenan. So hyphen L Keenan, Cal, A-A-L, K-A-L. So that's what it is. So yeah. So we're pretty much do that. Yeah. Shout out to Cal, K-A-L hyphen E-L. Then Keenan is the three words. So that's who it was. So y'all can give a shout out to Cal. Yeah. All right. There we go. They're butchering the name up. Cal, make yourself known and say, it's me. And then we can do that. So Jesse said, be at the 4BK party. Yeah, thanks for your support. Thank you for your support from there. All right, so is there anything else we need to cover before we get out of here for tonight? Like I said, I'm just making a short show, just getting to the point. I had a lot more stuff to cover, but I'm going to bow out gracefully and get ready to do that. Rod, are you going to a birthday show? Do a birthday show? I don't know. Would anybody give a damn, if I did a birthday show, So I wouldn't even know. Who knows? Nobody. I would hate to do it and nobody showed up. Yeah, I would hate to do it and nobody showed up. So we're definitely going to do that. All right. So with that being said, X-File said I would tune in for it. Okay, Xavier. All right. Well, that's cool. Anybody else will show up? Yeah, we'll think about it. So in the meantime, so let's get ready to do what we do. All right. So first of all, once again, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight. Hope it didn't disappoint you with what we were doing and then get extensive. It is a special night. I'm preparing to leave out to go to Boca Raton early in the morning. But I just wanted to make sure I came here tonight to be able to serve you in any capacity, and hopefully that I was able to do that for you. But in the meantime, as you know, this is Forbidden Knowledge TV. I'm Roderick Martin, Why the Big Secret YouTube channel. You can subscribe to the channel. You will go over to that and just do a search. Once again, as we talked about, make sure that you do want to be part of the Conscious Awards. This is going to be the first of its kind, but many more after. And we definitely want to support what Billy and Elizabeth and their vision of what is happening in this particular community. Embedded in that, you can vote for people like myself as in the podcast and show the support. So you can definitely do that, and we can have a wonderful thing once that happens from there. And so I got much love for each and every one of you. And I've always said, if you don't know me and never met me and you can hate me, I can definitely love you without ever meeting you as well, for those haters and everything else. But for everyone else, from the bottom of my heart, like I said, I thank you for being part of the journey as I'm about to go on. I'm going to need a lot of support because I know it's not going to be easy, but I'm up to the task. It is time. I'm ready to become, be it, and all those things as I go back to getting into mental and physical health to become one of the great ones for you, to serve you. And so from that on. So with that being said, love you all. Love each and every one of you. My show producer there, Lonnie, much love for her and all of the people that's in the audience. And if you've seen a UFO, make sure you keep your eyes open, because your eyes are useless. Okay? When your mind is blind, it's time to think why. So we definitely want to keep the mind open when we come down to what we're doing. Much love, everyone. And thank you for all that have supported my birthday and given a contribution for that. You will be remembered. You better believe it. You will be remembered.